It's like he knew I was hungry. Who just shows up with food? Andre de Grasse shows up with food. Thank you so much. Tell me what I'm about to eat because I don't even think I'm going to be paying attention. No, I'm kidding.
Well, what we got here, it's made by Tres Stelle. And it's a chickenless burger you got here. You got sliders, nuggets, and it's made out of cheese.
What?
So it's not chicken.
No,
it's
you're
made out
not.
of
You're
cheese.
lying. Can I actually eat these? See, this is like the behind the scenes stuff of television. We just plate food, but we don't really eat the food. But
Yeah.
I'm the person that's going to eat the food. I mean, you know me. Like, okay. So wait, this one,
Yeah.
so this is vegetarian. Okay, all right. I don't have further questions or follow-ups for that. I'm sorry, what is this? No, this is meat.
No, it's not meat. It's cheese. 100% cheese. Canadian cheese.
You're
matter of
lying.
fact. Yeah.
Gosh, it's so good.
I make it for my kids.
Yeah.
So definitely.
You're a real dad now, huh?
It's a go-to for sure.
Speaking of all over the place, you are all over the place. Obviously, coming off of that gold. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, you know, I think for myself and for the others, we're like, we knew we could do it, but it's always like, you know, in the back of your mind, you're like, how? Like, we always practice, you know, we always like put in that hard work and everything, but we actually have to go prove it on that day.
Right.
So for us, it was just super special. Like, we were like, you know, I think I was 3 years old the last time we won when Donovan and Boone and all those guys did it. So for us, it was like, it was huge. It was huge. It was like it's like we made history. I know it wasn't on Canadian soil,
Right.
but it was close to
Close
it.
enough.
And there was just a lot of Canadian fans in the stadium. And to be honest, I was a little bit nervous when I was watching the race unfold, but it was just good to like get the stick around and just run and be able to finish on a high at the championship. So
It
felt
just
good.
happened so fast for us
Yeah.
on, you know, when you were watching it on television. I'm always curious when it comes to you, that moment of doubt, that moment of nerves.
Yeah.
At what point in the race does that show up for you?
I mean, it's always like in the car room for me. You know, when you're actually getting ready for the race, you're watching like, for me, like when you're watching like the heats and the semifinals and you might be in like heat 2 or heat 3 and you're watching in the car room on the TV, the first kind of people go through, you're like, your heart's starting to race, you're getting like, you're getting the adrenaline, you're like, you hear the crowd yelling, like, cause usually like, the car room for us is like right underneath the stadium and then we kind of walk out. So you kind of hear everything from under there. It's just loud, it's like feeling like an earthquake kind of, like it's just like, whoa. So for me, it was like, all right, now I gotta calm my nerves, breathe, and just like execute the race and go from there. But so that's how I always like try to just calm myself and kind of close my eyes and basically say, okay, like I got this.
When you think about the brotherhood between yourself, Jerome, Aaron, Brendan, how has that grown over the last couple of years? Because there's been so many different variables. Yourself catching COVID-19, of course, Jerome coming back from things as well. How have you seen that growth in terms of friendship, but also having each other's back when it comes to relay?
Yeah, I mean, we've grown so much. I mean, my first team with them was when I was, 17 years old. Now, like 10 years later, you know, I'm getting old. But
At 27.
yeah. But you know, we've been together. 3 of us actually been together, and Jerome joined us in 2019. But you know, we watched each other grow throughout the years. You know, we've been together as a team. You know, it feels like so good that, hey, like, you know, all throughout the years, we've always won like bronze and silver. And to us, it wasn't enough. You know, we always felt like we came up a little bit short and we're better, like we're a way better team. We've known each other. We know how to get the stick around. We have that friendship and camaraderie and everything. You know, we roomed together. Like even at the Olympics last year, we all shared a quad together. So we kind of know each other. Like we know each other's family and everything, or know each other's friends, all that. So it's kind of like, hey, like, you know, why not us? Why can't we do it? So, you know, this time around, I think we just trusted each other, and this time it went 100% perfect. Like it was like a solid race. We broke the national record. It was the best we've ever done, and it just felt good to, like, you know, shut up the Americans. So it felt pretty good.
Okay, but also to that point, there's this swagger about this group, this culture about this group. What does it take to kind of settle into who you guys are and not shifting how you're going to run your race for anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, for us, we just have to like continue to really just believe in each other, like trust each other. Like, you know, we always talk. We're always like, hey, like, you know, you feeling good today? You know, you ready to run? You know, you ready to get off the mark? So we always like joke around and with each other. And basically, like when it comes to it, you know, we kind of like pray and like come together and just like, you know, give that little huddle, give that little speech. Our coach gives us that little speech, you know, before we get out there and say, like, like I said, why not us? Why can't we do it? Why can't we be the ones to make things happen? So I think for us, like, moving forward now, it's like, okay, we won one now, so now we got to figure out how to try to keep going and defending that title.
And for yourself personally, I always wonder because early on in your career, you already kind of were thrown into this elite conversation of one of the fastest, the best, at a point, the fastest. How do you temper yourself with mentality? Is it always gold or bust for you?
Yeah, I mean, I just, it's like that Mamba mentality. Like, I always want to, like, basically do my best. I always feel like I'm always capable of doing more. I always pride myself in that. But I mean, it felt good. I mean, I knew I was young and I had time to grow. So to be able to win bronze and silver, I had to be like, still be like, okay, well, I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that I've never done before. I'm able to like kind of make history in that way, and people are looking up to me as a role model and those things. So it felt pretty good to me. But personally, my objective and my goal, I always wanted to win gold. So last year when I was able to make that happen, it kind of took a weight off my shoulders to say like, okay, I do belong. I feel like I'm one of the best out there, and I got a chance to prove it. So, yeah.
Is there conversations that happen between yourself and Usain Bolt still?
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a couple years. Luckily, you know, we see each other because we are sponsor.
I always
Puma.
wonder because I guess in my lane, it's like you're always hailing up guys because you see them on a more frequent basis. But you know, with your season and schedule, how often do you guys get to connect?
Yeah, it's hectic. I mean, his schedule is still pretty busy, even though he's retired. Like my schedule is pretty busy. But yeah, I haven't saw him in a while. Usually, if we do connect, it's at a Puma event. So we're like, you know, that's when we get a chance to catch up for like an hour or two.
I think what makes you so special, I mean, we see you everywhere with this products, things coming out.
Yeah.
Andre, there is no one like you, I think, when you think about Canadian Olympic athletes that can year-round still garnish the amount of attention, the amount of brand partnerships, the amount of business opportunities that you do. Where does that come from?
Just trying to be myself. You know, I kind of like doing, you know, being more than an athlete. So I like, you know, to have fun, to act, you know, to promote stuff that I like. I just enjoy it. Getting to talk to people, getting to meet new people like you, like yourself. So, I mean, it's just fun for me. So, and then like, I think like, you know, my family gets to see me on like a box or, you know, it's just an incredible feeling for me. So I just enjoy it. I just have fun with it, and I'm like, you know, I want to just kind of, I guess, branch out and do other things as I transition outside of my sport. And
for me, on a personal level, how has fatherhood changed you?
Whew, yeah, fatherhood has changed me a lot. It's definitely hectic, busy schedule. I mean, if I'm not, you know, promoting Trey Stella, then it's I'm with my kids. You know, I'm like literally, I come home from training, I gotta be with my little ones, gotta help them, you know, get ready for bed, shower, eat some great
They humble
food
you real
right
fast.
here.
They're like, listen, we don't care what goals you have, daddy, bed, diaper, all the things. Thank you so much.
Yeah, they don't care if you're tired or not. So I mean, it's definitely a hectic, but I love it. I mean, I enjoy it so much.
Lastly, where can we see you next? How can we follow along to what next great things that Andre Grasse is doing?
I mean, hey, you know, we got the World Championship next year in Budapest, Hungary, so I'm looking forward to that. I was going to go to the Commonwealth Games, but I pulled out of that, so I'm looking forward to next year. You know, and then of course, you know, the Paris in 2024 Olympic Games. So definitely, that's my next goal. Trying to just train towards that and try to get my first gold medal in the 100 meters.
He lying. We're gonna see him next week on some commercial, somewhere, next food, next clothing line. Andre, as always, thank you so much for your support, truly, of the show, The Shift, but also for taking the time.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me on The Shift. I appreciate it.